Have you ever been in the position where you've been deciding on what to wear for the white Christmas do, and suddenly you realise you have nothing to wear? Nothing fits. Your old go-to outfit has got a massive stain on it. Those trousers look different from the last time that you wore them. You basically hate all your clothes. You see yourself in a different light. The mirror doesn't look right, and everything just feels off, and you panic. You panic about what you've eaten recently. You panic about the fact that you feel just like, ugh. Your confidence feels low. And then maybe if you were even feeling a bit excited about going to this whatever Christmas do, maybe I just won't go comes into your head. If you have had this moment on repeat, you're probably not the only one. And today's episode is all about that party dress panic. Welcome to the Happy Thriving Mums podcast, the show that talks about the simple actions busy mums like you can take to prioritise your own health, happiness and fitness. And it doesn't stop there. This show also includes amazing stories from remarkable women who help others to be the best version of themselves. Because if you feel great, you thrive, and so does your family. So, if you're ready to overcome mum guilt, manage overwhelm, feel and look your best and create a happier, more balanced life for yourself and your family, this podcast is for you. Hello, welcome to today's episode. So, this time of year, it's Christmas if you're listening in a random time, but it is December. This time of year can feel a bit of a challenge for so many of us for so many reasons. But sometimes the festive season of Magic and Sparkle can really put a magnifying glass upon how we look, how we feel about what we've eaten and how we show up to the numerous events, occasions, parties, gatherings, Christmas, school fairs, all of these things. And when you are in a position where you maybe feel like your mind and your body isn't quite like it used to feel, since you've had your children, or just because you're going through that season of life, it can really take the joy out of things that we feel should feel fun. Because I think at Christmas time there is in particular a lot of pressure that you should be doing so many things which are so fun, and everybody should be having fun all the time. It should be sparkly, it should be magical. But actually it can often feel so far from that, and there's like an inner kind of turmoil about the pressure that we probably place upon ourselves in comparison to how we see everything else going on around us. So as you know, as a mum, we spend so much time looking after everybody else that we often forget ourselves. And if you've been doing this all year, or for years after having your kids, for example, when it gets to a time like Christmas, when we are meant to be at our most magical, that everything we do should involve sparkle and Christmas and all of these things, we can feel a bit stuck, we can feel out of kilter, and we can feel a bit out of sorts. So today I'm going to try and suggest different ways and practical things that we can do now to try and shake off these feelings and feel more comfortable in our own skin, so that when it comes to a special Christmas occasion, or just any Christmas occasion, whether it's a Christmas fair or your work Christmas party, or Christmas Day, Boxing Day itself, when you're going to family get-togethers or you're meeting with friends for drinks or whatever it is, and you feel the pressure that you have to be looking a certain way, you should be turning up radiantly with sparkles and wearing that dress and looking all Christmassy and ready to celebrate and party and all of those things. Today I'm going to suggest practical ways to help you feel more comfortable in your own skin without pressure that we can feel externally from looking at all the adverts around us which are going on at the moment, or what other people are doing and wearing and feeling, but also to try and help take away that pressure internally that we might place upon us as well. So why is it that this time of year can feel so hard? So I think it's when maybe for years you've been going to that same festive outfit. I mean, I don't know if you're the same, but in my wardrobe I've got maybe one or two things which I kind of do consider like Christmassy attire. Maybe it's got a few sequins on it, or maybe it's a Christmas dress or a Christmas jumper or something, which is like my Christmas go-to. And it could be like that time when you go to it and there is that time when it is just not available. It's maybe got a stain on it that you forgot about, or maybe it just doesn't fit anymore because over the year you maybe haven't eaten as well as you'd hoped or done as much exercise as you were planning to, and your body has just changed. It could be your hormones. You could be going through perimenopause, and the hormonal changes can change your body composition. So this time of year can sometimes put a spotlight on changes that have happened to us that maybe we have not had time to acknowledge or address. And it might be that we look around us and everybody around us seems to be really healthy, really thriving, really living the life and glowing in a lovely way. But actually, we might not feel that. And wearing something to an event at Christmas time can feel quite panic inducing and stressful. And then on top of that, when you go to these events, quite often there's so much food around. And if you're trying to maybe eat a bit healthier or you're worried about what you're eating, the constant supply of treats, which is everywhere at Christmas time, can kind of add a layer of guilt because you think, oh, I'd really love to be eating all those little pies, mince pies, chocolates, sweets, crisps. There's so much around at Christmas time. There is such a wealth of overindulgence around us that you kind of, I don't know, you kind of think, should I be doing that? It's hard to resist sometimes, and that's fine, that's human nature. But it can be viewed as just something which then makes you feel more worried about what you're doing, where you're at, or where you're going. Then on top of that, again, we can have these situations with our bodies where maybe your pelvic floors are still not as strong as you'd like them to be. Maybe when you laugh, there's leaking, or if you're rushing around, things like this happen. And that can lead to worries about what to wear and how to turn up and how to show up and how you feel. And all of these things can just make you feel worried and overwhelmed about a situation which should be fun. So we can get into this guilt-ridden cycle of, what should I be wearing? How should I be looking? What should I be eating? What shouldn't I be eating? Should I have that glass of champagne or glass of Prosecco? Should I be actually enjoying myself, or should I just be worrying about what everybody else is doing and if they're having a good time? All of these worries and insecurities, I think, are really normal, and so many of us have them. But when we are in a situation where, as a mum, we are constantly looking after others, we often forget about ourselves. And then when it comes to a time when actually we might need to prioritise ourselves or show up in a way that we would like to at a certain event or situation, we can worry about it. And that's really normal. So I'm just going to give you a few ideas today as to how we can normalise these feelings and try and move through them to allow ourselves to actually enjoy the festive season, because it is a time of beauty and fun and joy, and you deserve to enjoy it. We all deserve to enjoy it. So what can we do to try and allow us to mitigate these feelings and move through them? To just think, actually, I'm here for a short time, let's have a fun time and enjoy it with the people that are around you. So the first thing that you can do is just try a really quick reset for a panic moment. So when you feel that there's a bit of resentment or discomfort, or you're like, oh, why have I not gone and looked at my clothes sooner? Why don't I fit in anything? Just take a moment and stop. So the first thing, and just stop, just try and be mindful and take yourself into a situation. Take a really deep breath. Breathe in, and then just take a really slow exhale. And it just repeat this a couple of times, and it lets your body just start to calm down. So all the stress and that response in your body, you can just start with some mindful breathing, can really help it. The other thing, and I've been doing this so much recently because I don't realise it, but I seem to hold a lot of tension in my shoulders. So you're probably doing this right now. Just drop your shoulders, allow them to relax, and unclench your jaw. Most of us don't realise that we are in that kind of braced position quite a lot of the day. And when you actually breathe out and allow your shoulders to drop, allow your jaw to relax, you can feel a million times better. And then if you've done those two steps and actually you feel, oh, okay, I feel my body calming down a little bit within this panic situation, just try and remember a really simple sentence, which is true, and I'm going to say a sentence which is true. Just say to yourself in your head, I am loved for who I am, not for what I wear or how I look. Because it is so true. Your children love you for who you are, not for what you wear, not for what you look like, not for any of those reasons, just for you being you. And sometimes we forget this, and sometimes if your house is chaos, mine often is, and I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed and I say something I shouldn't, and or feeling a bit too much, actually just to think, okay, I know that even if my kids are shouting at me for whatever, whether I've not given them something that they want or that they're shouting at each other and I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed by the moment, if I just think, right, okay, I'm here, I know deep down that I'm loved for who I am, not for what I wear, not for how I look, it can help you just get on a little bit better. So when you are choosing what to wear for an event at Christmas, for example, just think, and I know it can be really, really tough, just think, actually, most people who are there won't even see what I'm wearing. They'll just see me, they'll just see my face. Or quite often in some places, when you go to events at Christmas time, you end up wearing a coat for most of the time anyway, so what you actually choose to wear doesn't even matter. So just think, if you're panicking about what you're wearing or whatever, people that love you, your friends, your family, your children, is for who you are, not for what you wear or how you look. So just try and keep that in the back of your mind. That's really helpful. The second thing which you can do is think about where you are going and what you are doing. If you are going out for dinner with some friends, or if you're going to someone's house for Christmas lunch, or for a special meal, or something like that, think about dressing for real life, not for punishment. If you can't sit comfortably wearing what you have selected, you are probably not wearing the right thing. Okay, so if you've put on some trousers and even when you do up the button you are feeling that this is too tight, don't wear those trousers because it is not worth it. If you're going to go to someone's house for Christmas lunch and you're already unbuttoning your trousers before you've even sat down for your starter or whatever it is you're having, they are not the right trousers. Sometimes comfort is a great thing. So wear something which is going to allow you to feel comfortable and to feel good, because sometimes if you've squeezed yourself into an outfit, no matter how pleased you are to have gotten it, you might feel uncomfortable, and that is not going to help you in the long run, especially if you're in it for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. So wearing clothing that fits you and your current body type, or whatever your body is at the moment, however your body is at the moment, for a better term, choosing to wear things which fit you properly is not giving up. That's actually making the most of what you have got. Clothes are different sizes for a reason, and we should have no shame in whatever size or type or shape your body is. We have different body types for different reasons. Some of it is genetics, some of it is hormonal, some of it is because of a whole range of different things. But we need to get away from the feelings and the thoughts of skinny is healthy. This is how we should look. And I think it still remains a big tie over from that 1990s supermodel era where everything that we were shown as kids, as teenagers when we were growing up, was all about being super, super skinny. Super, super skinny is not super, super fit, and it is definitely not super, super healthy. So sometimes we just have to actually acknowledge we all have different body types, and there is a reason for this. And we want to have a healthy body. You want to have decent muscle mass. You want to have decent bone mass. You want to be strong. Strong is what we are aiming for here. Not what we've got in our heads, which has been conditioned for years and years and years as to what we think we should look like. That should be completely ignored now and out the window, because that is not healthy. So we want to have a healthy body, and your healthy body should be embraced and loved. So what I would suggest is choose something that you can move in, that you can eat in, and you can definitely breathe in. Because if your outfit requires emergency unbuttoning in the car park before you arrive, it is not the right outfit. Feeling comfortable, feeling good in what you're wearing actually allows you to enjoy your time a lot more. My next idea for you is to confide in a friend. I'm sure wherever you're going and whatever events you're attending this Christmas time, there's going to be people there that you know and you love to hang out with. And they are the people that you should be surrounding yourself with. So the classic, a problem shared is a problem halved. You can bet wherever you're going at Christmas time for whatever reason, you can bet that there's a good chance that 60% of the people in the room, maybe 70, 80, even more, I'm not sure, probably have felt the same things that you have felt in the run up to getting to wherever you've gone. I've got nothing to wear. I don't know what to wear. I don't look good in that anymore. I don't like what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't want to go. However, we just don't talk about it. How often have you gone somewhere and all of a sudden you've switched on the magic, you've put on a brave face and you've kind of been like, oh, hi, and like not acknowledged that you've had this panic before you go? Pretty much every time I go out anywhere, because now it's so infrequent, I don't go out on nights out really very much anymore, don't really go out for meals or any of those things, and I'm not getting out my tiny violin here, but it's just true, it's just mum life. And I was talking to a friend about this, and I think many of us feel like this. But when I do go out, for whatever reason, I often have this panic of what should I wear? I don't even know what is fashionable anymore. I literally have not got a clue. I've got no idea. And that's just me. I don't take an interest in that. And I also think, like, what is everyone else wearing? If I'm wearing something which is like 5 years old, will that be okay? And to be honest, we really just want to go out in something comfortable where we feel comfortable and we feel good. Maybe really what we want to do is just go out in our pajamas. Let's face it, we've all thought it. But when you get to where you're going to, just remember that often the hardest moment is when you walk into wherever it is, when you walk into the room, when you walk into the event or the bar or the pub or the restaurant. But once you are in there and you find your people, you feel safe, you feel seen, and you don't really worry anymore. And I bet if you confide in your friend that you find and you say, I had a nightmare before I came out, I had nothing to wear, I didn't know what to do, I bet she turns around and tells you that she felt exactly the same. And that is fine. And so let's just try and laugh about it and maybe even think, well, everyone's in the same boat. We're all in the same boat here. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have worried so much. There's no need. At the same time though, on the flip side, you can also be your friend's hype woman, and the people that you want to hang out with, be the hype woman, make them feel good. Because if you think they look great or you love their outfit or a part of their outfit, tell them, because that will make them feel great. And when everybody feels great, everybody just has like a much better time. So just share the problems that you had beforehand in the lead up of not knowing what to wear or feeling a little bit self-conscious in what you've chosen. I bet they relate. And then also just tell them, if you think they look good, tell them, because they will then feel $1 million. And don't we all want our friends to feel great? Don't we? It's so important. My final thing is, and I know I am terrible for this, have you got in your wardrobe or anywhere things that you keep for best? I don't just have it with clothes, I also have it with things in my house like glasses and plates, which when I say it out loud, I feel completely ridiculous. But I think we all have things that we keep for best. But why? Why do we keep our best things for best when sometimes best doesn't come? Or actually, even if it comes to a big event or a party or a gathering, like something at Christmas, but like, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to wear that. I don't think it's quite appropriate. So then you've got these amazing things that you could be wearing, but you don't wear it because you choose something else because it doesn't quite do the job for you. So if there is something that you keep for best and you feel amazing in it, choose that thing, wear it with pride, and don't worry about what others think of you. And I know this can be easier said than done, but dare yourself to be brave. Dare yourself to put yourself out there. And I bet it won't be half as bad as you think it will be. I remember a poem about an old lady, and I had to look for it and I found it, and I think it's called Warning by Jenny Joseph. And basically it's this poem about adopting all the behaviours that we actually want to do now when we become old, as maybe we feel it's more acceptable, or that when we are a bit older maybe we care a little bit less what other people think. And whilst I don't agree with all the parts of the poem, for example, in one part of it, she says about eating 3 pounds of sausages in one go, which Google then told me is about 12 to 30 sausages. That's probably a few too many. Or that you're only going to eat bread and pickle for a week. However, I do love the idea of it because the whole message is about doing what you want to now, living by your own standards and daring to choose yourself. So the poem starts and it's all about this idea of wearing something purple with a red hat, and the whole idea that it just doesn't go, but actually you don't care and you do what you want to do. So I'm inviting you, I dare you even, wear your purple dress with a red hat, wear all the sequins, or stick it out and wear your pajamas, whatever it is that you feel amazing in, or whether you've kept it the best and you're always like, maybe I shouldn't wear that. I said to my mum the other day, I might just put on my wedding dress on Christmas Day, just because, I mean, it's unlikely, but you know what I mean? You keep all these things and then you don't end up wearing them or using them, so what's the point of having them? Your joy is important, so try to ditch the guilt, try and ditch the worry, try and ditch the panic, just choose to wear whatever makes you feel comfortable or you feel amazing with, because then if you do, I bet you have the best time. So just to finish off, if the holiday season has you avoiding mirrors or outfits or events, please remember, you do not need fixing. You do not need to change. You are allowed to enjoy yourself. You are allowed to show up as yourself. You are allowed to be part of your own life exactly as you are, and allow yourself to enjoy it. So the key takeaways: you don't have to keep up with what everyone else is wearing or doing. Number 2, we do change over time. Who you were a year ago could be different to today. And what you liked then might not be what you like now. And how you looked then might not be how you look now. And that is all okay. Just go with it and just embrace it and move forward. Number 3, take a moment to reset if you get yourself in a panic. Breathe, relax, ground yourself with a lovely comment, and just drop those shoulders, because I bet it will feel much better. Number 4, dress for real life. If you can't breathe in it, then you shouldn't be wearing it. It's probably not the one. Put it back in the wardrobe, choose something different. Number 5, confided and friend. Sometimes we can all feel a bit overwhelmed by whatever it is at this time of year. Talk to one another, share your problems, and be each other's cheerleaders, because it will help us to all feel much, much better. And finally, just wear the damn dress. You are beautiful inside and out. Whatever you wear, you will shine in. And you can do it now at Christmas, or you can do it all year round. Don't you forget it. You are incredible. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who might need to hear this message. And finally, if you feel that the festive season is a little bit too much, I've got a lovely gift for you. It's called the Conquer the Chaos Guide. You can download it from the show notes, and it just gives you 10 practical solutions to help you get through and maybe even enjoy this crazy time of year. So I hope you have a brilliant week. Thanks for listening.